world's first Hellcat with an angle kit.
I drag my shoestrings on the lavish just to show these hoes I'm having.
Check this out. Look how much angle this car has now. Hello, I'm Jensen. What's going on, guys? So as you can tell by the title, we have the world's first angle kit for the Dodge platform. This is going to be for Chargers, I think 300s, Challengers, any LX, LC platform. This angle kit will work on. Huge shout out to AAD Performance. If you're a Mopar owner, you know AAD Performance. They do extremely high quality suspension arms, and they're kind of like the top dogs if you want to do aftermarket suspension on your Hellcat. And they decided to develop an angle kit and have me test it. So thank you for letting me do the honors. Today we're going to be putting the angle kit on. This is my car with stock angle. I do have AAD upper adjustable control arms, which gives me a little bit more camber. Right now I'm running -2.5 degrees camber, and it gives me a little bit more steering angle than stock, but this is not even close to what it's going to be. So take a look. This is kind of the max steering angle that it has right now. Just remember this for reference before we put this angle kit on, because it has decent angle on it already. It's rubbing on the frame, so we'll go over that in the future, but this is the steering angle right now. With this kit, he said we can get 70 degrees of steering angle. It's gonna be insane. I talked to a lot of companies over the years, and a lot of them had zero interest in doing this. So huge shout out to AAD for even wanting to develop this kit, because I know there's a huge market for them, and I know a lot of you guys want angle kits for these cars. So huge shout out to AAD. Thank you guys. But as you can see, we are here at City Performance, and we're about to get this thing put on. We got a lot of boxes and a lot of beautiful parts to throw on. So let's go ahead, throw this thing on the lift and get to it. Don't mind the chopping in the background, but to be clear, this kit is not for sale yet. I'm doing some R&D and testing on it before it goes on the market, which is really cool. Shout out to AAD for letting me do that. But let's go ahead and unbox this thing and show you guys what comes in the kit. All right, so open the kit. Really cool AAD foam engraved into it. Gave me some koozies, stickers. Show you what it includes. Full billet aluminum arms. These things are beefy arms. Go ahead and sit that on the foam. Obviously comes with all the hardware you need, everything. Super organized. We got some more arms in here. Look at the quality though. Let's pull these things out and check out the quality. Beautiful with Spheriflex technology. In the last box, we got beautiful upper control arms. Look at these things. Look at these things. Fancy. And then the brackets that mount onto the knuckles. I have an extra set of stock knuckles in the trunk that we're going to be chopping to modify to be able to fit, I think, this piece onto the stock knuckle. But we'll be going over that as we install the kit. I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful this kit is. Like I said, the kit is not for sale yet, but it will be very shortly. I just have to test it and make sure it's good to go. There's no bugs with it, anything we need to change. Other than that, this thing is beautiful, ready to go. The car already has a set of upper control arms on it, like I said earlier in the video, but they're black and this whole kit is anodized red. So I got some new uppers as well, and they come with a bunch of different shims to change your camber go negative camber, positive camber, whatever your intentions are. This is a drift kit, so you want negative camber. It has -2 degrees already, so we might go to 4. I'm not positive. I'm excited. If you guys can't tell, let's go ahead and start pulling this thing apart, chopping the other knuckles, and bolting this thing together. We're gonna be replacing these upper control arms that were black at one point, a little dirty now. Remember how I was saying my tire is already rubbing? If you take a look, it's been rubbing for some years. With this kit, I think it's gonna push it out a little bit more, but it's gonna be able to have more turn radius, so it's probably still gonna hit. I don't know. Oh, what's the koozie? What you got on there? Oh, nice.
Shout out to the sponsor.
Yeah. These brand new shiny red ones versus these super old ones. Just to check him out. It's gonna look good with all this red stuff in there. Replacing these knuckles because we're gonna have to chop off the bottom of the knuckle. We'll get into that, like I said. And then we pretty much just have to undo all the damn suspension arms. So right now, getting the toe arm unbolted, that's what is going to be replaced by this arm. The knuckle is detached from the lower control arm, tie rod, the toe arm. And it's kind of a good thing that we're going to be chopping this off because that is not looking too good. Wonder how long that thing was mangled like that. All right, old setup is off. Old knuckles, old upper adjustables. These things are a little dirty. Got all of the arms off. Now we need to chop this knuckle right here at the very bottom. Keep these 2 bolt holes, but we're going to be relocating where the tie rod goes and where the lower control arm bolts on. So we're going to chop right here. Let's get to it. So as you can see from the old knuckle, that's how much you got to chop off. This one's almost through. It's just, that shit is thick. So when you're installing these brackets on the hub, make sure you pay attention to what knuckle you have. If you have a raised top bolt flange, each bracket has this little indentation right here. So as it says in the instructions, if you have the raised top bolt flange, you mount it with that indentation facing the knuckle. If you don't have raised top bolt flange, you mount it flat like this. So pay attention to that when you're putting these brackets on. And as you can see on my knuckle specifically, it's got that raised flange. So we put the bracket with the notch facing the knuckle, not facing the outside. Make sure you pay attention to that when you're putting this bracket on. And the kit comes with brand new hardware, so you can ditch all your old bolts or just keep them for spares.
Okay, that's the size.
Alright, damn, okay. The difference in lower control arms is crazy. This is where the strut mounts. You can see the location way farther out. So it's gonna make it a lot different. Look at this. Look at this. Only got 2 arms on. Technically, this is an arm, but look how beautiful this shit looks. It's getting a little dirty. But hey. So we're putting Loctite on everything just to be sure. This is all suspension stuff, so it rattles around a bunch. You know, it's always constantly moving, so you don't want anything to come loose while you're driving. Step 22 is very important. Pay attention to the instructions because we were kind of skipping through things, and this is extremely important. So the driver side knuckle goes on the passenger side and vice versa. So we were having a little problem lining up this driver side knuckle bracket with this lower control arm, and it's because we're supposed to swap the knuckles. Passenger side goes on driver side goes on passenger side. And another thing we just found out by swapping the knuckles is that now the front brake caliper is going to be on the opposite side. It's usually behind all the suspension arms and on the back of the wheel. Now it's going to be on the front of the wheel. It's kind of different, but that's the way that they intended this kit. So that's 2 major things that we found out with this kit. Obviously, it's in the instructions, so when this kit is available, make sure you pay close attention to the instructions. Don't think it'll have any issues or any change in braking performance, but that's just a little thing you got to change. Bolt this bracket to the back of the bracket on the knuckle. Now this bracket sits behind this bracket, bolts on like that, and then obviously the knuckle goes on the control arm. This made my whole front end look completely different though. These arms are beautiful compared to this. We ran into a little bit of a clearance issue. The bracket is hitting on, where was it hitting on? It's hitting on the top of this bolt. So we need to do a little bit more grinding on the knuckle, and then should be good to go. So we got the uppers on with the, I believe those are -2. Yeah, I think those are -2 degree shims. Now we're putting on the toe arm, lower control arms on. All the brackets are on. It's shaved perfectly, so no clearance issues. Make sure when you're grinding this knuckle, make sure it's completely flat so that doesn't happen. Okay, some more huge information that we just found out. Trying to remount the sway bar, the end links are a lot a lot farther away from the strut than they used to be. So I think we are supposed to sway bar delete this thing. I'm not positive because there's no way the end links will mount on the strut. The calipers on the front look so strange. Since we are flipping the caliper from the rear to the front, the bleeder is now on the bottom. In the instructions it says you're supposed to relocate it, but there's no hole to relocate it in these calipers. The caliper went from the rear of the rotor to the front of the rotor. The spot to bleed is obviously at the bottom, which is no good when you have to bleed the brakes. So we will have to switch the driver's side caliper for the passenger side caliper, because if we go from that side to this side, the bleeder will be up front. And because back here it's all twisted, and trial and error right now, trial and error. So we'll have to swap calipers, which means we're gonna have to bleed the brakes too. Okay, so we gotta do a bunch of stuff and still connect arms and swap the brakes and things, but put the wheel on for reference. That's where it's gonna sit, and she pokes out just a little bit. That's crazy. It pokes out a lot. It would be perfect if I had a wide body, but I don't. And it's sitting almost at a positive camber, so once we throw negative camber in it, then it should tuck the front in a little bit, but for the most part, that's kind of where the wheel's gonna sit. That's crazy. It's a new day, and we found out a lot of stuff yesterday. We got the driver's side done yesterday, but we haven't even touched the passenger side. So we got the entire passenger side to do, which should be a lot easier because we went through all the trial and error. We know what to do now. And also, after talking to AAD, they said sway bar gets deleted, so won't be running a sway bar anymore. He said that we might be able to come up with some options in the future, like a different bracket location or a whole new sway bar in general. But as you can see, let me turn the light on for you guys. That's the end link right here. That's where it needs to mount. And if you notice, both of these arms are completely in the way. Stock, you don't have that issue because this mounting point is all the way over here. This arm kicks it out about 2 inches. So just keep that in mind. We're going to be deleting the sway bar, which I'm not sure how I feel about, because I like the front being stiff, and I hope it's not all sloppy and stuff. I'm probably gonna stiffen the damping on the front coilovers just to minimize any swaying or anything. I think in the future we'll have to come up with some sort of sway bar option. It's kind of a good thing that we took the sway bar off, because these bushings, I don't know if you can see that, are destroyed. I don't know how long the end links have been like that. So there's 3 different holes on this bracket to get the max amount of turning that you want. So starting from outside, that's the maximum amount of turn radius that you'll get. The middle is medium, obviously, and then the inside one is meant for more street, but you know, that's the whole reason we're doing an angle kit. We want angle. So we're going with the outside, most turn radius possible. Really get the maximum out of this kit. This side is pretty much finished. We might have to reshim the uppers. One good thing about ordering arms a long time ago is they sent me even more shims back in the day. So we got some options to play with. We got -4, -6, and -8 degrees of camber. So depending how wide these things stick out, as you guys saw in a little sneak preview last night, the wheels stick out a lot. So I think we're gonna have to add more camber than what we think we will. I'm not sure what shims these arms already come with. I think they might be -2s, not positive on that, don't quote me, but we are about to throw some -6 shims in here because we're gonna need a lot of camber. Wheels are gonna be kicked out nice. We're gonna get full contact on the tire when we're sliding. All right, threw the wheel on just to be able to move it to over there, but look at this thing. She got some poke. Good. No worries. Solid. Keep going. We're definitely gonna have to raise it, but it's a little close. That's wild though. Might be able to get away with just rolling these fenders, obviously after raising it, but rolling these fenders and not have to do a wide body kit. Just pull them out a bunch. I don't know. Now we're gonna pull it out, swap sides, and then get to working on the other side. So now that it's settled, it's definitely a little too low. And she's poking. So this compared to this, big difference. Huge difference. Cisco already got this side all broken down. We're raising it an inch. Got the tie rod extension on there. So now we just gotta start throwing stuff back on the car. Got all of the passenger side arms on. Now we are disconnecting the damn caliper so we can swap calipers. But this side went a lot smoother than that side. Just got both calipers swapped over. So finally, the bleeder is up top. We won't have any issues in the future. It looks a little weird having the calipers on the front of the rotor, but look at it. Everything is all good to go. All the arms look beautiful. That red looks amazing. We have the kit finally installed and it looks insane. Check this out. Look how much angle this car has now. Oh my God. That is nuts. That is nuts. Look at that. That is insane. So it ended up having around -3 degrees of camber. We might go up in shims just to give it a little bit more camber, but for now it's sitting right. Like, look at this thing. There is a few things that we need to work out. We might have to raise it some more because just driving it down here, it's been bottoming out. I don't know if I can just, okay. All right, so boom. Yeah, it's definitely been bottoming out. We could see some new marks. Not too bad though. Nothing crazy or nothing. Kit looks good. Doesn't look like anything's rubbing or nicking itself. So far, it feels crazy. The front track width completely changes this car. Like, there's no such thing as understeering anymore. U-turns super tight. I'll show you all this stuff in a second. I just want to talk about it and look at it real quick. This is crazy. Huge shout out to AAD Performance. Like I said, I'm doing some testing on it, and then it will be available for the market, which should be in a couple weeks, I'm thinking. For now, let's go ahead, pop the hood open. I'm going to turn up the dampening on these coilovers just to try and save my fenders, because when I say it's been bottoming out, like it's kind of bad. It's a little bad right now, and that might have something to do with us removing the sway bar, but for now I'm gonna stiffen these things up, try and minimize any bottoming out. But this angle is nuts. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. And that's not even full lock. Like, that's not full lock. The tire comes out even more. And huge shout out to my guy Cisco at City Performance. They knocked this out. There's a few things we had to learn along the way because we're the first ones putting this kit on a Hellcat. Car's a little low. That's the only issue I have so far. But let's throw a GoPro on here and see if we can get some footage of the clearance, because I'm trying to figure out where it's hitting and just want to make sure everything's running right. So I might throw one like right there. All right, let's play around with this thing. Pause. No diddy. But yeah, this angle kit definitely crazy. Completely changes the entire car. So if you like the feeling of your Hellcat, this is like the most extreme version handling Hellcat that you can ever dream of. Anyway, hold on, let me, you know, save it first. All right, so this U-turn right here, like, it's so sharp that you can fucking sit here and go in circles. Literally insane. Steering input, you need a lot less to turn more, if that makes any sense. Don't worry about the lights going on. I got no TPMS sensors in these wheels anyway. So this thing moves crazy. Like, the amount of steering input that you need, that you used to need, completely changes. 30 miles an hour. It yanks so hard. It feels so good. I went for another little quick drive. One thing about it is this setup is going to kick rocks all over the side of the car. So I think I might have to wide body it. After all these years of not wanting to, I think I don't have a choice anymore. Unless I do like some crazy mud flaps or something, these things poke. Like, they're gonna kick rocks everywhere. I've already heard a couple hit the side. I'm like, ooh, that does not sound good. So if I hit a gravel road or something, I know it's over with. But yeah, I'm super extremely happy with how it turned out. Gonna do some more fitment checks, and then we're gonna go slide this thing, really see how it feels at full lock, get this thing sideways, and just have some fun. So world's first Hellcat with an angle kit is going extremely well so far. I will take it back to City Performance. We'll do a nut and bolt check, make sure everything's good, check the alignment, make sure everything's solid on it. Then we'll go test it out, kill some tires. But yeah, so far I'm extremely happy with this kit. Thank you to AAD Performance. Make sure you guys be on the lookout. I'll obviously tell you when the kit drops. Plus, there's gonna be a discount code so you guys can get a percentage off of the kit. And if you're interested in the kit, make sure you follow AAD, follow me, and stay tuned, because once these kits drop, I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell out extremely fast. We're gonna try to have as much stock as possible, because I know a lot of you guys are gonna want these kits. But yeah, that's the end of this one. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.